Still have faith in the Cowboys offense?
I have faith in the offense in and of itself, Sel, but my doubts come here. I don't know if the Cowboys offense will be enough. Right? I have faith that the Cowboys offense will be good. They'll get back to being right, but I don't know if they'll be enough. If y'all don't catch the show every day, Sel and I have broken this down the last 2 weeks. When you review a team, you look at their last 4 weeks. You look at that last quadrant, if you will. You look at that body of work. Quadrant, SAT word. Yeah. Don't know if it's applicable, but I like it. If you look at the Cowboys' last 4 weeks versus the teams they're going to have to see in the playoffs, obviously with it being the Rams first as it stands right now, 11 touchdowns, Rams, 16, 14. Then you see the Cowboys with 6. Look at all the other statistics, yards per play, third down percentage, passer rating. Even if the Cowboys get better, are they going to get that much better? Even if the Cowboys fix their offense, can they fix their offense to catch up with teams that are red hot right now? Cowboys had the number 1 offense in football through the bye week. I believe they have the number 2 offense in football right now. I have faith they can get back right. But Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, they all in their bag right now. So I'm not going to sit here and act like the Cowboys offense can't to some degree figure it out. I think they can figure it out. It stems with Dak Prescott. Ever since that calf injury, I don't want to blame it on the calf injury, but ever since the calf injury, he hasn't fully been the same Dak Prescott. I have faith in them, Sel, but I don't know if I have faith that they can conquer the other 3 teams, which they are going to have to see as well as the other 3 teams are playing.
Okay, let's talk about this. You know I got faith in them because you got to have faith. I got to have faith, faith. Hit that note. Rest in peace, George Michael. Anyway, no, you don't know that reference, but you will get this reference, Acho, because I see you over there struggling, my man. Spiritually, you're struggling right now with your faith in this Cowboys
I was in church
offense.
last night, dog. It ain't showing.
Let's talk about wrestling and church.
Okay.
When the last time you been to church?
Last night.
No, I'm not talking about live stream, Zoom in. I'm not talking about FaceTiming with the pastor. I'm not talking about using any of this technology to get between you and the pastor and your Lord. When the last time you been to church, Acho?
What's your point?
You're wrestling with your faith. When the last time you had faith in this Cowboys offense? Faith is not fickle, homeboy, even though they both begin with an F.
So
and that's what I'm giving you right now, an F in your spirituality. And I'm giving you an F in your report card on these Cowboys and their offense. Let's be real about this. They qualify, bro. They just simply qualify. I could give you some numbers, and I shall give you some numbers. Second most points per game in the NFL, Cowboys. Second most, that qualifies. Second most yards per game. So between the 20s, they're going to run up and down the field. And then they're going to actually get paid dirt. You look at this Cowboys team, you say they don't have enough offensively. Dak Prescott is enough offensively. Already winning this division, going to win this division. Every year he's a starter, he's healthy, that they win the division, that they have a winning season. More importantly, let's talk about this team versus other Super Bowl teams and Super Bowl champions. Let's give you some reference just to let you know what you're dealing with when you see the Cowboys. Better offense than those Eagles, 2017. Remember that? 7th in total offense, Nick Foles at quarterback. I'll take this Cowboy scenario, wouldn't you? What about the Denver Broncos when they had Peyton Manning? The other Peyton Manning, not the sheriff, but the what's I call him? Criminal? Okay, that's it. That Peyton Manning, 19th in scoring offense, 16th in total offense. They won a Super Bowl. Patriots, 11th in offense. Like, they qualify. I got stat after stat. I got team after team. I got reference after reference. But most importantly, even in their slump that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but I will admit they're in a slump right now. Think about this, and I'm going to bring it all back home. We're going to wrestle right now. You and I, Acho. I know we're not in the same weight class, but we're going to wrestle together right now. And this is the Cowboys offense. You think you got them pinned down. You think they're truly in a slump. And you watch wrestling. 1, 2, shoulder up. 43 points against Atlanta. Oh, we wrestling them again. We got them down. They look sorry. 1, 2, 33 points. You know, it was a loss against the Raiders. How are they slumping? And even though you're wrestling with your faith in this team, they give you 43. They give you 33 in a slump. This team is special. They have talent everywhere, getting healthy at the right time. I have total faith in this team.
They are special, and they're led by Dak Prescott. So let's assess why I do have faith that Dak will get better. I do have faith that the Cowboys will get right. But is that faith going to be enough? Is Dak Prescott going to be enough? Remember, Sel, not Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford. I don't even want to talk about Kyler Murray and the Cardinals right now. I'm just going to talk about those four. Those are the four teams that I truly believe are going to contend when it's all said and done.
I'm with you.
If Dak plays his best, that's not enough to beat the other three at their best. I think Matthew Stafford's best is better than Dak's. I think Aaron Rodgers' best is better than Dak's, and Tom Brady's best, obviously, that's better than Dak's. Okay, great. We got that out the way. If Dak plays his best, I don't think that's good enough to beat Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady's good. It can beat Matthew Stafford's good, but I don't think it can beat Tom Brady's good. 2016, I was working for the Cowboys, covering the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Dallas Cowboys, playoffs. We're here. It's time. Dak Prescott had an MVP caliber season. He got an MVP vote. It's time to go, baby. Dak Prescott, 302 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, only 1 interception. Aaron Rodgers, passer rating, not nearly as good as Dak's. Completion percentage, not nearly as good as Dak's. Aaron Rodgers only had 2 passing touchdowns. But who won the game? And who was the reason that team won the game? In Aaron Rodgers. So, yeah, I have faith that Dak will get back right. But we would be ignorant. And this isn't whether you love Dak, hate Dak. Let's just stand in the middle for a second. Even regardless of how you feel about Dak, what we know is this. Dak's great isn't as good as Aaron Rodgers' great. Tom Brady's great. And more than likely, Matthew Stafford's great. Dak's great isn't as good as Aaron Rodgers' good, even statistically speaking. Dak Prescott's greatest season to this point was 2016. 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, just on a random season, let's just draw out of a hat and pick Aaron Rodgers' 15th or 16th season, whatever season he's in now. 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Dak's great. Isn't even good enough to beat Aaron Rodgers is good. So do I have faith in Dak? Absolutely. Do I have faith that Dak Prescott may be great? Sure. I think Dak Prescott's a very good quarterback. I believe he'll be great. But studies show, statistics show, history shows his great still can't beat the others good. So that's why, what's the faith even matter, Sel?
I think it matters in this respect. Like you said, you don't think it's good enough. And I'm looking at the same statement as saying it is good enough. Think about it. When we saw Aaron Rodgers go against Tom Brady last year, NFC Championship game, who was the better quarterback that day?
Rodgers, right?
Rodgers
ball.
Better quarterback loses. Let's go back to when Tom Brady was setting records in the Super Bowl and losing to your Philadelphia Eagles.
Nick was better that day.
But Tom Brady's out there setting records. There's no direct correlation to the better quarterback or even the better performer at quarterback that day always wins. And that's when you start to look around. Special teams, which we'll never talk about on this show. But we should, and we know how important it is. Hitting yardage, et cetera, right? Let's talk about the defense, something we will talk about. What team is number 1 on 3rd down in defense? The money down. The Dallas Cowboys. Think about it. If you stop a team from moving the chains against you, all you're telling that team is, you got to go out there and strike gold every single time because you won't methodically move the football. Now we're starting to piece this together. Dak is good enough. The defense is good enough. All of a sudden, this can't be great enough.
The question, though, becomes, let's go with the Cowboys' 2 best defensive players right now, or 2 most highly touted. Every Cowboys player allegedly is up for Defensive Player of the Year.
Don't do that.
Let's go with Parsons and Diggs. Okay, Trayvon Diggs, Michael Parsons, Cowboys' 2 best defensive players.
Youngsters.
I would still take the Bucs' 2 best defensive players, even if you want to give me Devin White and JPP, Devin White, Vita Vea, Devin White, Levante David, Devin White, Richard Sherman, who just got a pick last week. I'd still take the Bucs' 2 best defensive players in the playoffs, okay? Cowboys' 2 best defensive players, Trayvon Diggs, Michael Parsons. I'd still take Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Respect.
I'd still take Donald and Ramsey. Heck, I might take Ramsey and Vaughn. I might take Donald and Von Miller. I'm still taking their 2 best defensive players. Assuming Jair Alexander does, in fact, come back fully healthy and Z Smith comes back healthy, then you got a challenge, right? Then I might take Diggs and Parsons over the 2 best Packers defensive players. I might give you that one. But even if you want to go, okay, I trust the Cowboys defense. Sel, I trust them, but I don't trust them that much. We're going to talk about this in a second, but here's what's so perplexing.
Let's go.
Through 7 weeks of the season, the Cowboys had the Defensive Player of the Year in Trayvon Diggs. Then the last 7 weeks of the season, the Cowboys have the Defensive Player of the Year in Michael Parsons. How y'all got 2 Defensive Players of the Year and y'all ain't got a top 10 defense? All these Defensive Players of the Year that y'all got, and it ain't adding up. Because last year, when we were talking about Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, the Rams had the number 1 defense. Last year, when we were talking about Defensive Players of the Years, it was actually adding up. It's just an aside. Don't even waste your time arguing my nonsense, but it just doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's nonsense right there. If you look at it, you're one player having a tremendous impact, and if 1 out of 11, so it's 9% basically, right? And you're doing more than your 9% because you're a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Respect to that. But it doesn't always add up in totality. That's why you got to look at performance, and then you also have to look at team performance, which is different than individual performance. I'm whooping my man constantly. You're giving it up constantly. It has to work hand in hand. That's why I want to point out, I think, an error in your thinking.
Talk to me.
Right now, you're telling me you don't have the full confidence in them. But last year, let's lose the Super Bowl. I remember standing at the big board. Which team you prefer? You said Chiefs over Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
I said, which quarterback you prefer? You said Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady. Which offense you prefer? You said, I want the thoroughbreds over those beasts over there in Tampa. And none of those things came true. You know why they didn't come true? Because we didn't spend enough time on the defense. We didn't spend enough time on the special teams. We didn't spend enough time on the intangibles. And those are things that are not on the stat sheet all the time, but those are the things that matter the most. Bill Belichick has made a career, a dynasty, his own 2.0 potentially in his dynasty creation, because he's like, once again, I'm going to manipulate first down, give you 2nd and 4s. I'm going to go out there and methodically move the chains, and I'm going to play tremendous defense. The boring stuff. It's not sexy, but it works. It doesn't sell. It just works. I think the Dallas Cowboys are kind of in that same mix of a little off the fastball defensively, but opportunistic and best on 3rd down, and they got enough offense.
Okay, I love what you said, because I do think so much of the game of football is based on intangibles. Let's talk Eagles Super Bowl when they upset the Patriots.
Okay.
The Eagles were without Hall of Fame first ballot, in my mind, left tackle Jason Peters.
Yeah.
They were without Hall of Fame running back, who likely won't get in but should, Darren Sproles. They were without an all-pro special teams player, Chris Maragos. They were without Jordan Hicks, current linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals. They were without a plethora of players, but there were just some intangibles around that team. I was still in and out of the locker room, not as a player, just as a friend. So there were just some intangibles, you're right. But I would take the Packers intangibles and the Bucks intangibles over the Cowboys intangibles.
Yeah.
Rams, different story. I don't know what they got going on. A lot of characters, a lot of acquisitions. Sean McVay, I personally love him. I know you. Oh, you like Sean McVay.
I love Sean McVay. I'll come back out of retirement.
I would take those other teams' intangibles. No matter how you give it to me, Sel, I would like the Bucks offense and the Packers offense and the Rams offense at this stage. I would like the Bucks quarterback and the Packers quarterback, and I think Stafford and Dak are equal at this stage. Yeah. Intangibles, I like the Bucks intangibles. I like the Packers intangibles. Like, however you slice it, best defensive player, I like Donald and Ramsey. It don't matter how you cut it, it's still erring in the favor of somebody other than the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think I'm even being biased. I think it's just like, them other teams got dudes now.
Yeah, the other teams have dudes, and I give you that. So you could make them your dark horse. You could say, well, you know, I'm going to discount them from the top. They're not the favorites. They're in the conversation, but they're in the back of the line. But that's when the collective unit comes out. That's what's so amazing to me about Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots year after year. They had dudes. Other teams had more dudes, but somehow, some way, they were able to harden that concrete, close that fist better than any other team. Do you know how many times they were in my division? So before they would get to the Super Bowl and win it again, I had to see them twice. I had to scout their 4-game cycle, and I'm looking man to man. I'm like, yo, we got that. We got a better ranking here and there. We were there. And then you get out there, and somehow, some way, they master those moments. The Dallas Cowboys are not in that position yet, but their talent certainly introduces them to those moments.